Hello, hello out there in virtual land. Welcome to the 360 Youth Services Champions for Youth Virtual Gala. Whew, that's a tongue twister. I'm your host, Brett Walco, and tonight we're going to have lots of fun while we raise vital funds for such an amazing cause. I don't think I have to tell you that during this difficult time, funding is more critical now than ever before. By giving tonight, you are helping lay a foundation for the future of your community. Through your donations, you can turn hope into change. How awesome is that? You can quite literally save someone's life tonight. And that's not too shabby, is it? You can donate at any time through BidPal on your various phones and gadgets and devices, or if you prefer the old-fashioned way, you can call the number on your screen. I know, I can hear the teenagers rolling their eyes right now. What? Why would you call? Just text or send an email. Whatever. Because we're old. We can't even see the phone when we're texting, and we like to talk to people. Is that wrong? Whew. Sorry about that. Tonight is all about family, and that's what we are, a community and a family. And boy, have I got to see the fun in family putting this show together. From heartwarming to hilarious, you have sent in so many wonderful videos expressing your 360 family spirit. It's been awesome. Our theme this year is jazz. And our first video submission is from two emerging young artists whose improvisational jazz techniques honestly remind me of the great Miles Davis. Please enjoy our 360 Youth Services jazz theme song right now.
Gosh, you guys are good.
We all like to dress up for galas, and I'm sure you're all wearing your favorite fancy home fashions tonight. Maybe I wouldn't call them fancy, but I'm sure you're fashionable in some way, in a jammies sort of. Anyways, it can be difficult to pick an outfit. But fortunately, we have a video submission from a New York fashion guru who's going to guide us on how to pick an outfit that sparks joy.
Does this spark joy?
Yes.
Does this spark joy?
One more.
Does this spark joy?
Yes. Two more.
It seems to me David went through a few more than just two more choices.
Joy?
Right now, I'm excited to introduce the CEO of 360 Youth Services, Judy Carabo. Judy brings a wealth of experience to the office of the CEO, having worked in several executive positions at nonprofit and governmental organizations over 20 years. In addition to her leadership experience, Judy has a strong background in social services and is a licensed clinical social worker. In May of 2019, She was also awarded the Nonprofit Executive of the Year Award by the West Suburban Philanthropic Network. She's quickly become the heart and mind of the organization. Please welcome to the virtual stage, Judy Carabo.
Hi, my name is Judy Carabo, and I'm the CEO for 360 Youth Services. Welcome to our virtual gala. I started on February 3rd, and about 45 days later, the governor of Illinois announced a stay-at-home order, forcing all of us into isolation and seclusion. Another 65 days later, and we heard the news of George Floyd, the death of George Floyd, at the knee of a Minneapolis police officer, sending shockwaves through the community, outraging our community, our clients, our staff, and our volunteers. And they couldn't express that outrage because to do so could be deadly. This organization had to trust a leader they barely knew. In the intervening time, we've laughed together, we've cried together. We've worked long hours, making sure our client would get to her dorm for her first year at college, and we were so thrilled and excited for her. Cleaning offices and apartments so many times. There's this plume of disinfectant, kind of like the Peanuts character Pigpen. The worry that we've had for our clients. One gentleman, one young person in particular, walking home late at night, a black young man. We worried about him. It was the night of the protests, and would he get home safe or would he be misconstrued as the one who was making trouble? I'm often struck by how our clients' lives and our lives parallel one another. Think about the time when you've had to ask for help. It could have been when you're looking for your next job and you reached out to a colleague to help make a connection to an opportunity that you wanted to pursue. Or maybe it's a friend who you know their spouse can fly into a fit of rage, and so they reach out to you for help until that rage dies down. Or maybe a loved one is battling cancer and you reach out for help for the caregiving of that loved one. Now imagine you're 18 years old and you have to ask for help. Imagine what it's like. You don't have a lot of life experience behind you, and you need to ask for help. And you have to share very personal things about who you are to complete strangers. Like the counselor, and you're sharing for the very first time that you have thoughts of hurting yourself. Or you're 18 years old, and you're sleeping in your car behind the local Jewel, and you can't imagine how you're going to finish high school, and you have to admit that to an intake worker. How we have asked for help in the past influences how we give help. We can reach into our own stories of trauma, our own past experience of asking help, asking for help, to inform how we work with and help someone else. And that's the truly beautiful thing about 360 Youth Services. We can connect with our own stories to be able to provide unconditional, compassionate care for young people. There's a quote by a 1952 Nobel Peace Prize winner, Albert Schweitzer, which I think really sums all of this up. And if you will indulge me, I'd like to read it to you. Albert Schweitzer said, "Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown again into instant flame by an encounter with another human being." So I'm humbly asking you to be that human being, to help support our young people, to give them help so in turn, when it is their turn, they can provide compassionate and loving help to someone else. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I look forward to seeing you live next year at our 50th anniversary gala.
Thanks, Judy. Now, a little known fact, Judy and the staff of 360 have actually worked together before, back in the 1980s, on their sitcom. Wow, Judy hasn't aged a day. Actually, the entire staff somehow hasn't aged a day since the 80s. Time travel trickery, I tell you. Okay, we've all been stuck at home way too much this year. Not to say that we don't love being with our loved ones. Day after day after day, the same thing. Clean the dishes, do the... Oh, sorry. We asked you to show us how you keep your family spirits up when you're all cooped up. Please enjoy our next video segment, Family Olympics.
Almost there, and got it! Okay, awesome. Hunter, your turn.
One of the greatest joys in our work is creating a space where young people experiencing homelessness can not only find shelter, but a space to thrive. This next young man recorded this incredible testimonial from his new home in Idaho, where he lives with his chosen family. How awesome is that? Say hello to Tyson.
Hi, this is Tyson Chambliss. I go by he and him. I was a member of the 360 program in 2017. I joined the 360 program after Job Corps. I didn't have anywhere to go, and the 360 program was a godsend for me because they put me in an apartment, and for the first time ever I was able to live independently. Had my own place, I had a roommate, but we had our own place, and it was really nice to be given that opportunity and that stepping stool that not a lot of people have. And all of it was due to the 360 program and their amazing employees, Carolyn and Tina, the job coach. I was able to get a couple of decent jobs whenever I was working, or whenever I was living at the 360 program. I worked at a couple of places. They helped me build up a good resume, and they helped me, keep a job, learn how to steadily support myself going forward into my life. I saved up some money and moved to South Dakota for a couple months. I worked in a hotel there, and again, the reason I was able to survive is because the 360 program really taught me how to live independently. From South Dakota, I saved up a little bit more money. I moved to Idaho, and I bought a camper with my brother, and I live in this camper now. And I work at this home health care agency. I go to people's houses and I take care of them. My future goals are to eventually go back to school to maybe become a CNA or maybe even an RN. And the reason that I have so much motivation to work towards futuristic goals, whatever they may be, is because of the stepping stone the 360 program was able to give me. I would definitely suggest the 360 program to any other struggling youth in the LGBT community, or just in general, anyone who needs that extra push. The 360 program is definitely a very, very, very good program for people who need it.
Hope you're having as much fun as I am at your house parties. We can't be together for the gala. Well, we're together. You're with me tonight. I'm with you through the magic of technology. But this is where we need your help tonight. This is where we're going to make a difference. We're here to have fun watching the show. We're here to learn a lot, and we're here to make a difference. This is called Fun to Need. Usually when you come to the live gala, you're waving your paddles in the air. Hopefully not like a clown like that. But this is where we grab your donations from $5,000 all the way down to $100. And understand, $5,000 makes a difference, but so does 100. 100 plus 100 plus 100, you can make a difference in these young people's lives. And that's why we're here tonight. We're here to change their lives. So we're gonna start with the $5,000 tier. So if you have $5,000, I want you to click those buttons on your device right now and understand that $5,000 will cover 4 months, yes, 4 months of rent for transitional housing for 2 young people. We just heard from Tyson. You see, as we all did, the magic that has happened in his life because of 360, and you can do it right now, right here. So if you got 5,000, let me see it. Also, if you got 2,500, let me see it. We're gonna do 2 tiers together because we're on a little bit of a time delay through the magic of technology. If you got 5,000, great. If you have 2,500, we wanna see it too, because 2,500 covers 2 months. 2 months of transitional housing for 2 young people. So you can cover 4 months, you can cover 2 months, and make a difference in their lives. All right, let's go to the tallies. Are they lighting up right now? All right, whoa, all right. Thank you to Ann Bertino. Thank you to Britt Wagner. Thank you to Lou Petritz. Thank you for the money that you gave us. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name. Thank you to Judy Carabo. Wow, look at you. You do so much, and you're even doing this right now. Jennifer Jones, thank you very much. Ray Jones, Richard Pauls, Cynthia Hyatt, and Eric McNulty. Thank all of you. Now, Realize that during the show, we're going to be thanking a lot of people. You're giving different amounts of money, so this is in no particular order. We might have some people that gave $2,500, some $1,000, some $500. We're just going to keep thanking you all night long. And now, let's get back to the show for a little bit. We put together a little piece about 360 so you can learn even more about the wonderful work that they do. Enjoy.
360 is the community that helps young people feel like they belong, that they are believed in, and that they can thrive and access resources to help them be resilient today and tomorrow. A lot of kids in our community, we don't want to admit it, have complex trauma, whether it's they've seen violence, sexual assault, mental health issues in their families, or they're experiencing mental health issues.
We provide counseling for youth and their families, usually ages 10 to 25. We've been doing this for almost 45-ish years, something like that. It's really the crux of how we got started, is finding youth who needed help and going to them, like figuring out a way to be available for all youth regardless of barriers that exist. We work with kids who are struggling with things like anxiety, depression. A lot of family conflict is a really popular reason that people find us.
And to be able to unpack that with somebody that you trust is really important. And young people have found that with our staff, that there are people that they can trust who aren't going to judge them, aren't going to blame them.
Prevention is something that we've been doing for a long time. So we have programs that are along a continuum, and when I think of how we provide services and prevention. Some are very direct, one-on-one, and then we do work that's further along the line of the continuum where we're actually working more with the community as a whole. So on the one end we have Operation Snowball, which has been happening in our community for years, since 1985. And that is just such a beautiful example of youth-led, adult-guided goodness happening. I think that's one of the key goals, is to let young people know that they are not alone when they're choosing healthy things for themselves. In fact, they're really surrounded by people that are doing that.
And if we can step in at the right moment, they're going to tip to more healthy than they are going to less healthy. And we want all of us, right, to be able to live mentally, physically, spiritually in a very healthy way.
It's not one thing that causes youth homelessness, it's a myriad of things and a lot of systems that are very broken that have gotten people to where they are today. So sometimes it's because of substance use, mental health challenges. We see an uptick in youth who are on the autism spectrum. We have, of course, LGBTQ youth who might be asked to leave or leave home because of their sexual orientation. Every young person gets a direct case plan or support plan that works for them. They're the ones who create the roadmap, and then we walk alongside them.
They have found community here, they've found support here, and they've actually taken those relationships with them.
My end goal, right, is that everyone lives in safe and stable housing. But I also want people to feel joy, to feel like they're not just in a program, but to feel like any young person who's living in Naperville.
So many adults have given up on these kids. And these adults here at 360 have not given up and won't give up. And it takes a community of us to support these kids. And this is a powerful story to be a part of.
Martin Ives is an accomplished executive for a multinational billion-dollar company managing sales and manufacturing. A leader in global markets leading multi-site multinational teams, his leadership is focused on human capital development and organization rationalization. He has brought this same approach to the 360 Youth Services for the past 5 years on our board of directors. it is my pleasure to introduce the president of the board, Martin Ives.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Martin Ives, chairman of the board of directors for 360 Youth Services. I was hoping we'd all be together yucking it up over chicken Devon and green beans. Maybe next year. I'm incredibly grateful for the sponsors, the organizations, and all of you joining us tonight. We are honored to have such a powerful community support our youth and the staff who serve them. And by the way, our staff is incredible. The world shut down last spring, and because of your support, we were able to keep our doors open. We kept our shelves stocked with life's everyday essentials, even when they weren't available in the stores. The toilet paper hoarding was probably not our nation's finest hour. So 48 days prior to the shutdown, we hired a new CEO, Judy Carabo. And through her guidance, her wisdom, her experience, not only was everyone kept safe, but she helped us rethink how we do much of our work. In partnerships with school districts 203 and 204, we developed and deployed a remote prevention education program. Our housing teams are reinventing how they fill the beds of our cornerstone group home, transitional housing apartments, and our rapid rehousing programs. And our counseling and case management teams have created safe and effective ways of managing face-to-face and telehealth sessions. This is all very important, especially for our youth who are struggling with the anxiety and uncertainty that this pandemic has brought on. I want you all to know, because of your incredible generosity and the unwavering resolve of our staff, we are able to stay on mission to help our young people develop the skills necessary to navigate life. They deserve the right to be whomever they want, regardless of the difficulties in their situation, their circumstances, in this crazy year. I cannot thank you enough for being part of this journey with us. The impact you're having is truly life-changing, and I'm really glad to be part of it with you.
We've enjoyed two beautiful speeches by Judy and Martin tonight. But what you usually don't get to see is the fun that goes on behind the scenes. Please enjoy some outtakes from our shoot with Judy and Martin.
All right.
So yeah, could you step, it's one big step to the left. Now one big step to the right.
Supposed to do 3, 2, 1.
3, 2.
Almost. I almost had that one. Ta-da.
Wasn't that great? Please, Judy, don't kill me. I'm sorry. These next video submissions show another way to keep your 360 spirits up through the art of the dance.
Stop and come our way. We'll help you out 360 way. Housing, prevention, and counseling. Housing, prevention, and counseling.
What do I think when I hear 361? I think about youth services. I also think about how can the township support the youth services? And I also think about what is going on with the communication with 360, the high schools, and the police department, and all of the wonderful things we're doing as a community base for the youth of Naperville.
We love everything that you do for the community, the housing and the mental health services that our youth so desperately needs now, especially with everything that's going on. So Sparrow loves 360 Youth Services.
We love what they do for the community, and we love participating in the chocolate walk with them.
360 Youth and Family Services has spent decades serving Naperville and supporting our families and our children. And this is really what makes Naperville such a wonderful community to live in, is that we have this safety net of which 360 Youth and Family Services is such a big part of, and that when families slip and fall, it's there to catch them. And so they have been supporting this community for so long. It's time for us to support them. Please open your hearts and open your wallets.
Welcome back. Now, when you give to 360 Youth Services, those funds directly affect the lives and well-being of real people. It's amazing what these programs can do for a young person who is struggling. It takes a lot to ask for help when you need it. And it takes even more when you're not sure what you're even asking for. Our next guest is the perfect example of someone who came to 360 and indeed discovered themselves. His experience in several 360 programs enabled him to become the strong, resilient young man he is today. It was a pleasure to sit down with him, and I know you're going to love him. Say hello to Ben.
Well, my name's Ben. I'm right here. I'm from here. Wow. Right here from Naperville. Let's get those bloopers out of the way real quick.
Boop, take two.
My name's Ben. I'm from Naperville, born and raised. I started my transition like 3 or 4 years ago. I realized like, oh, I might be attracted to girls. So I thought I was bi because, yeah. And then I was like, oh, definitely girls, but definitely not guys. I'm a lesbian. And then I identified as a lesbian through high school. And then once I got to college at DuPage, I did a year there. And I went to like one of the LGBT support groups. And I just remember, I don't remember the context, but I remember kind of this light bulb went off, these wires connected, whatever you want to say happened, but it clicked where somebody else was talking about how they felt and their experience. And even though they were talking about their experience, they were putting into words how I felt and how I thought. And so it was like, oh wow, there's something else, and that something else is how I feel. That matches up. Like that's me. And so that was really cool. I talked to them after the group, and I found out that they went to a support group outside of that one, also in Naperville, and that ended up being a 360 Youth Services group with Carolyn. And I started going just to kind of educate myself because I was just curious at that point. I didn't really know why else I would go. I was just, it was worth looking into to me. So I started going, and I was not hooked, but I was hooked. Everybody was super, just the amount of support and acceptance was awesome. I got to be whoever I wanted, and in the end it ended up being that I could be my true self there. Because at first that was the only place I could be my true self, because while I was still kind of exploring it and learning more about it, obviously that didn't trickle into the rest of my life until a little bit later in my transition, once I knew more about it. But I was able to be myself, and everybody was super, super accepting, yeah.
And we're back. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish you all could see all the footage on Ben. We really should do a special on that amazing, amazing young man. Ben, you've even made an impact on me. I'm here partly tonight because I had a little rough time growing up, and I'm really lucky to be here. And Ben, you inspire me. You really, really do. You inspire me in the way that you have grabbed your life. And again, 360 through their counseling, they've been able to help this young man. I wish I had that counseling when I was a kid. This is not about me and my story tonight, but like I said, I'm lucky to be here, and I wish I had the kind of counseling that 360 offers to change lives like Ben's, like all the lives they change. And our next tier is very much connected to that, our $1,000 tier. You can cover 10 counseling sessions for underinsured or uninsured clients. 10 counseling sessions that can change these young people's lives and put them on a path to have a life they could only dream of. So, if you got 1,000, let me see it. Light up those boards, let me see it. Like I said, we're on a little bit of that fancy time delay. So we're gonna jump to the next tier. Keep giving of the 1,000. But the next tier is $500. And $500 will, yes, 2 nights of emergency shelter. Sometimes these kids are in a bad way and they need help. And you can cover right now for $500. Think about that. $500. You can cover 2 nights of emergency shelter to save their lives. You tonight can save young people's lives. So, reach in those pockets. If you're wearing pajamas, I don't know, go get your wallet. $1,000, $500. Let me see the board. I want to thank some people. Wow. Oh, thank you. Oh no, I got it right here. She's like, what? It's over there. Corey and Tanya Schmidt. Glenn Nelson, thank you. Martin Ives, everybody. He is smooth. We put in those outtakes, but he was fun to watch. He literally should be like a game show host. You didn't get to see all of it because I didn't want to get fired, so we kept the too silly stuff out. Anyways, thank you, Martin, all that you do and giving tonight. Jason Baumgarten, Dania, Grunick, again, sorry for butchering anybody's name. Charmaine Sears, John Schumann, Angie Denov, Leslie Johnson, Kajara, Yarbrough, Edward Steed or Stead, both are cool. Pamela Prestinario, sure. As you can tell, I can't read very well. I don't have my glasses on. Thank you to all the people that have given. You're changing lives tonight, and keep giving. We're not done yet. I want you to enjoy the program, but I want you to keep giving, because we want to send that thermometer through the roof and make a huge difference tonight. Thank you to all of you. And right now, we're going to introduce somebody that has been a pleasure for all of us here to work with over the last couple months. Stefan. Stefan, we love you. We do. A lot of you won't know Stefan because he's new. He's very new to 360, but he embodies everything that is 360. We honestly had no idea until he told us literally like a couple weeks ago. He's like, yeah, I've only been here like a couple months. Well, you're gonna get to know him because the 50th anniversary is coming up and he is in charge of the coordinating of it, yes. So he's gonna be coordinating with you for the live in 2021. You'll get to know him. We got to know him and we really wanted him to talk because he just has a love for 360 that you're gonna get to see right now. Say hello to Stefan, everybody.
I am Stefan Stieberl, he, him, his, and I am the events manager, marketing and events manager at 360 Youth Services. Honestly, it's the connection to the youth. It's the connection to the community. It's the connection to an amazing history of an amazing organization that has lasted for 49 years, giving back to, countless youth from housing to counseling to prevention education. I was a snowball kid myself, so I absolutely love this idea of prevention education and what it can do to shape a young person for the future. Things that stand out to me is this real big sense of folks working together. We are very cross-department. We are, making things happen, from, very many different angles to make youth feel empowered. And that's huge to me. I mean, at the end of the day, this is one of the most welcoming environments that I've ever experienced. with all the COVID stuff, it's been kind of impossible because everyone here is like ready with a hug, ready with open arms to like let folks, you know, really express and be who they are, no matter who they are and, you know, kind of the background that they bring to the situation. It's really, you know, about empowering and moving people forward. To walk through our doors is to kind of experience yourself and like really be, you know, yourself to its fullest extent that it can be right now. You know, you'll discover amazing things and grow and become more. But, you know, to be who you are right now in this moment is huge and important.
Thanks, Stefan. Now, I think that all of us here at 360 know that family can mean a lot of different things. And one of the most important parts of many families, mine included, is our pets. Pets are a wonderful source of stress relief. That much we all know. We were lucky enough to receive a video submission from a lifestyle guru and self-care expert whose outlook on life will surely one day be a TED Talk. Please put your hands and your paws together for Curtis.
Van Sumeren, and I'm this evening's host committee chair for the 360 Youth Services Virtual Gala. I wanted to take a moment to just jump on and say thank you to so many people that helped make tonight's event possible. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our 360 Youth Services Board of Directors, as well as our fearless CEO, Judy Carabao, and all of the 360 Youth Services volunteers. I would specifically like to call out the host committee, which includes Christine and John Pegow, Gary and Heather Graves, Danya Grudniak, Britt Wagner, Mike Brown, Peggy Frank, David and Nicole Jones, Patrick and Kelly Sheehy, and Christy and Ryan Steffen. Thank you for your hours of hard work. This event wouldn't be possible without you. I'd like to thank Cynthia Hyatt for all of her fantastic work, both on the silent auction and her video expertise. A huge thank you to everyone that donated to the silent auction, and to all of our amazing sponsors that make the work we do every day possible. We ask you to please support them, as they've supported us so much during this unprecedented time. We also would like to thank North Central College for loaning us their faculty's jazzy playlist. We hope you enjoyed the tunes this evening. A special shout out to Brett and Elizabeth at Happy Town Studios. Thank you for helping us take our virtual gala virtual. But really, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for donating and tuning in tonight. Without you, we wouldn't be able to help the youth that we serve in our community. The more money we raise tonight means the more children we get to help. Thank you and have a great evening.
Hello all, Congressman Sean Casten here. We are so fortunate to have 360 Youth Services in our community. I wish we didn't need it as much as we do, but we are grateful that we have it. As I don't need to tell you all that the challenges of housing insecurity, the challenges of mental and behavioral health, these are real challenges. You all know this. Every family who's ever struggled to raise a child who didn't conform to their idea of what normal was knows this. Every family who's ever struggled to figure out how to put enough food on the plate or pay enough rent to cover everybody in their household knows this. And unfortunately, we also know that state and federal government has not always been a constructive partner on these fronts. When we treat mental health and behavioral health as a matter of criminality rather than health care, we too often make the problem worse. When we assume that some people choose their sexuality but other people are just born with their sexuality, and that somehow there's this differential matter of choice, we make the problem worse. Now, you all know this, and I guess the one advantage I can say of our federal policy is that we've at least hit that first step. We are acknowledging we have a problem. But in the meantime, there's real pain out there. And we are so fortunate to have 360 Youth Services stepping in to fill that void. Now, what I hope you all also appreciate is that one of the many challenges and hard realities of COVID is it has made the work of 360 Youth Services so much harder. When I recently visited one of your housing facilities, was just struck by how long the waiting lines are to get in there, because the economic insecurity created by COVID has increased the need, even as at the same time the public health realities of COVID have reduced the number of places that people in need can safely congregate, which makes it harder to track people down, make sure that we can monitor them, get them into housing when we need it if they do get up that queue. So it's a hard time, but we're grateful to have you, and I take great inspiration from the amazing talents of Judy Carabao and the whole team you have over there, because I know you all got the talents to get this done. So thank you again. Be safe, everybody. Stay strong. We will get through this together, and we will follow your leadership as we do.
360 Youth Services helped me take a step back and look at things from a different angle, and sometimes take a deep breath. Like, there's no rush to figure something out. If you're having an issue, take a step back, take a deep breath, and then handle it with a clear mind instead of going at it with all these emotions of, whoa, I'm mad that you misgendered me, or I'm hurt that you misgendered me, or whatever happens, just kind of dealing it with like a clear mind. And I figure I can get over any obstacle with those What would I tell my younger self? Probably the cheesiest answer. And like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people say it, but probably to just like, just stay true to you and everything else will figure itself out. Don't let the world change you. Stay positive, stay you. Don't try to change yourself to make friends or anything, or try to, oh man, the word's on the tip of my tongue. Conform, there we go. Don't try to conform to what everybody's telling you should be, or what you think you should be, or who you need to be, or who anybody else wants you to be but you. Just stay true to you and it'll be all right. High school doesn't last forever. And and yeah, if you stay true to you, the rest will figure itself out, probably. Well, actually I did just have a coworker come to me, so this is perfect. I'd say, what have you got to lose? Like, worst case scenario, you go, you try it out. Okay, it's not for you. Now you know, period. And you can move forward knowing that concretely. Best case scenario, you figure your life out, you figure out who you are, and you can move forward with this huge weight off your chest or off your shoulders. Because it was pretty stressful for me for a little bit, and I feel like it's stressful for a lot of people. But I'd say, what have you got to lose? You come, be who you are, try it out, just explore, educate yourself, learn a little bit more about it, about other people and their experiences, and just kind of broaden your horizons. I see no downside. Yeah, you meet a bunch of cool people, you learn a lot of new cool stuff, and it's just awesome, yeah. I don't know, to be honest. I feel like it's always changing. But I feel like I've put myself, and 360 Youth Services has helped me like get to a place where I'm just happy. And so I don't know what it looks like, but I know I'll be good, I'll be happy. I've got great friends, I've got great family, super awesome, big support system. So whatever happens, will happen, and I'll make it through.
And we're back. Hey everybody, we need your help. They're having some technical issues at BidPal. So some people are trying to donate and they're having a little glitch. So they're fixing it, so please keep trying. You've also seen the phone number you can call on the screen. But keep trying, because we want to make sure to get your donations even though they're having their little glitch. So back to what your donations will go to. We have 2 more tiers. And this next one is $250. $250 will cover one student attending Snowball. And if you're wondering what Snowball is this amazing program that helps empower youth. It helps them lead clean, drug-free lives. They have a retreat where they have all these programs that help them learn to be just the person they want to be. So, $250, you can cover sending someone there and change their lives. I mean, that's the theme tonight. You are changing and saving these youth's lives. So let's do it. If you got $250, let me see it light up that board. And we have another tier, our final tier, $100. $100 will cover part of counseling sessions. So we want to get a bunch of $100 so we can give a bunch of counseling sessions. See? I can put it all together. Anyways, $100 plus $100 plus $100, you can put together all these counseling sessions. So light up those boards with the $100, because obviously you've heard me talk about the impact that these counseling sessions can make. You've seen it tonight with a couple people speaking, and there are so many other young people that they have helped. We want to continue to do it. We want to reach that goal tonight so we can help. So $250, $100, let me see what we got. We got it on the board? All right, here comes some thank yous. Again, I apologize for butchering your names. Leonard Jones, Joe Hubbard, Gene Ives, Bill McCarthy, Ron Markland, Oriana Van Summeren. Thank you, Oriana. That is what's so amazing about this staff. Not only do they just dedicate their lives to helping people, they're donating tonight. Thank you, Oriana. Deborah Shipley, George Smith, Weston Nichols, Julia Ballant, Patricia Golden, Charles Edelman, Frederick O. That's a cool last name. I want to say that. What's your name? Frederick O. Sandy Higgins, Roger Liff, I think it is, Anne Rabin, Jacques, another cool name, Jacques Clermont. I assume it's Clermont because it's Jacques. Marcella Laverde, Tom Mers, Carter Lukes. They're all making fun of me here right now, by the way. They're like, you just cannot say names. No, I can't. Robert Anderson. And I know there's more coming in, so please keep it coming in, everybody. We want to make a difference tonight. Thank you so much so far. But also, if you got $50, if you got $25, you can do that too. We've seen donations tonight for $650 to a random $425, which is awesome. Whatever you got, feel free to give it tonight. And we thank you so much. And now, this next segment we loved putting together because we got so many videos from you. And this particular segment we felt is, look, the theme of 360 is be yourself and learning to empower yourself to be yourself. And these next videos are a compilation of people truly being themselves in their most wonderful wave your freak flag kind of manner. So please enjoy a big smile with this next video segment.
Babe, wait.
What?
You can't go out like that. You need to put on some protective gear. Coronavirus, remember?
Okay.
Okay, I got you a hazmat suit.
Thanks, babe. You sure this is right?
Babe, this is literally what CDC doctors wear in the field.
Okay.
Time for your mouth protector now.
You sure this is right?
Yeah, the petroleum jelly keeps the virus from getting into your mouth. Yeah, a little more.
Like that?
Perfect. Okay, protective headgear.
Are you sure this is right? I feel a little silly.
Oh no, it's super hot, babe. You look like a fireman.
What?
Yeah, it's sexy. And eye protection?
How does this keep me safe?
Well, they're decoys, so they trick the virus so it doesn't go into your real eyes.
Okay. Got my gloves on.
Got your social distancing device?
Right here.
I just want what's best for you. Enjoy the grocery store, sexy.
That's not a good song.
You need to pull
Okay, there's really no way to top that one, is there? I love that video. We're going to call it a night, folks. But all jokes aside, thank you to everyone who donated tonight. And don't forget, you can always donate anytime to support the wonderful, life-saving work done right here at 360 Youth Services. I'm your host, Brett Walko, and it has been a pleasure to be on this journey with you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Gala.